All right, guys, welcome back to Noble's View. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on wherever you're connecting from. This is our daily morning show, and we are live, guys, for our morning news and the football news and transfers as well. So we're going to get right over it, and it's match day, guys. The UEFA Champions League quarterfinals between Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich at the Bernabeu. We also have Sporting CP against Arsenal in Lisbon. And tomorrow we have Barcelona, Atletico de Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool at Parc de France. So it's going to be a very, very interesting quarterfinals in the UEFA Champions League. Like I said I was going to do yesterday morning, I posted a predictions shorts video on my channel yesterday, and I gave my predictions in that short video, and we've had over 2,000 plus views, right? Yeah, I think it's less than 18 or 17 hours I posted that video, and we've gotten over 2k views. People with different opinions on the shorts video I posted. So if you're here to check out the shorts video, do well to check the shorts video and give me your thoughts about it. Biplab, good morning to you, bro. Welcome back. Biplab says, hello, sir. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing amazing, brother. I'm doing good. I hope you're good, Biplab. Okay, for those who are just joining us for the first time, this is our daily morning show. Like I said, we do this every morning, 6 a.m. UK time. And for those who are just joining us, do let us know where you're connecting from and the football team you support. Like I said, it's Champions League week. We have match day today. Like I said, Madrid against Bayern. We also have Sporting against Arsenal. These are going to be very tough games. But I think the main game for today is the Real Madrid game against Bayern Munich. We are going to go through the press conference of the Madrid team, the Bayern, Arsenal as well. Yeah, we're going to go through them press conferences, the players that did the press conference with the coaches and everything. We're going to go in details for each and every one of these games to see exactly what manager A said, what manager B said, what player B and A and all that said. So we are going to go through it. And also, guys, do let me know in the comment section what your predictions are for the Champions League quarterfinals. Like I said in my prediction shorts video, I'm going for a 3-1 Bayern win against Real Madrid. For the Arsenal game against Sporting CP in Portugal, I'm going for a 2-1 Sporting win. It's an unpopular opinion, by the way, but I'll still go with it. Then for the Barcelona game tomorrow against Atletico de Madrid, I'm going for a 3-1, right? Yeah, I think that was my prediction. Then for Liverpool away to Paris Saint-Germain in Parc de France, I'm going for a 4-1 PSG win against Liverpool. So do let me know in the comment section if you have contrary predictions or opinions about these games. Let me know in the chat. Anthony the Goat, welcome back to the channel, bro. B-Locks, is it Blocks B? Blocks B says, hello, Noble. I think you changed your name because this Blocks B, or are you Roblox? I don't know if you're Roblox or you changed your name. Anthony the Goat says, why is the pole green? Yeah, I just decided to put a different color other than the usual color we have always. Yeah, I just decided to put up a different color. Anthony the Goat says, unpopular opinion, I thought everyone wanted Arsenal to lose. Now, I don't make my predictions because I want a particular team to lose. For example, I predicted that Bayern was going to beat Madrid, right? And it's not like I want Bayern to beat Madrid. I always try to give my opinions without any sentiment and bias. Yes, if we want to banter, we can actually banter and enjoy the fun of it. because football without banter is actually incomplete. So that aside, I give my predictions solely without sentiment or bias, right? So that is why I predicted it that way. And for Arsenal, I know many people would be like, nah, Sporting cannot really come toe to toe with Arsenal. Arsenal are going to do this and that to them. But with the recent form of Arsenal, nah, I really do not think Arsenal will beat Sporting comfortably. Even if they will win Sporting, it's not going to be an easy one for the Gunners, honestly. Yeah, even if Arsenal is going to beat them, it's not going to be an easy one. So let's see. Blocksby says, for me, I think 4-2 for Bayern versus Real Madrid. Bayern win 3-1, Arsenal winning against Sporting, and Atletico 3-2 against Barcelona. Okay, how about the Liverpool game? What's your prediction for the Liverpool game? I think there are two games I'm really looking forward to in this quarterfinals, right? Other two games are really tough and interesting games, but there are two games mainly that I'm looking for in these quarterfinals. One is the Real Madrid game against Bayern Munich at the Bernabeu, both legs, by the way, and also the Allianz Arena. Second is PSG against Liverpool. These two games are the main games of these quarterfinals. Yes, I know Barcelona Atletico Madrid game is also very tough, but I'm looking forward to these two games more than I'm looking forward to the Barcelona Atletico. Yeah, because I've watched Barcelona Atletico a couple of times this season. So far, they've played 3 times, right? Barcelona Atletico, they've played 3 times. One of the results was 4-3. The second was 3. Sorry, the first result was actually 4-0. The second one was 3-0. And the third result was a 2-1 win, which was played over the weekend. So I pretty much know how the outcome of this Atletico game against Barcelona would turn out. But the Real Madrid one against Bayern, they've not played in a couple of years, I would say. And PSG, Liverpool played last season. PSG knocked Liverpool out of the, I think it was a round of 16, by the way, last season. After Liverpool topped the league phase, similar to what Arsenal did this season. So I think, like I said, I'm really looking forward to these two games, honestly. Anthony the Goat says, if Rice gets injured, they will lose the league and UCL. Isn't Rafinha injured? According to video footage that was released by Arsenal during their training session yesterday in preparation for the Sporting game today, Declan Rice was spotted. Leandro Trossard was also spotted. And I think, Gabriel Magalhaes was spotted as well. The players that I think are out, Eze, Bukayo Saka, who else? I think there are a couple of players still missing for Arsenal. But I think, like I said, Gabriel Magalhaes is back, Leandro Trossard is back, Declan Rice. So that's really, really important for Arsenal to have these guys back. Very, very important. Blocksby says, I'm a Liverpool fan, but this prediction is not biased. 3-1 PSG win, sadly, because Ligue 1 gave PSG a rest and postponed their match against Lens, but the Prem declined Liverpool's offer to get a rest. Yeah, I saw that request from PSG was actually granted. Yeah, Liverpool currently, I would say this is the worst time that Liverpool would choose to play against PSG, because Liverpool currently their form is really bad, really, really bad. And looking at that shocking performance against Manchester City in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, the Champions League quarterfinals is going to be hell for Liverpool, because Liverpool is going to be without Alisson, I think, and Salah is not firing. The only player that is actually in good form at Liverpool is Szoboszlai, which for me, I think 1-3 cannot make a forest. right? You have to get a couple of trees that will make you a forest, not just one tree. So Szoboszlai alone can't do the job. Yeah, if he does the job alone, he's going to get really, really frustrated. Biplab says, I want to see Sporting CP to win the match, but it could be a big upset for Arsenal. Yeah, that was why I said it's an unpopular opinion, right? Because I know a lot of people would say, yeah, Arsenal is definitely going to beat Sporting. But I really do think it's not going to be an easy ride for the Gunners. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy ride for them. But let's see how it goes, by the way. Anthony says Sporting will win the UCL. You are saying that they are the new dark horse. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. But let's see. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see which team actually goes straight up to win it. Like I said, my favorite to win the Champions League this season is definitely Bayern, right? But I think that there might be an upset this season. Yeah, there might be an upset this season. But let's see how it all goes out to be. Let's see. For those who are just joining us, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View, guys. Let's get it. Anthony the Ghost says, Noble, have you heard about Nokpled Suwe Fukovs? Is that a player's name or is that a concept? Is that really a word? Blocksby says, I think Bayern will win because their squad is crazy. Yeah, Bayern for me, like I said, they are the favorite, right? And I would say they have the most complete squad in the Champions League right now. Yeah, they have a better defense. Their midfield is solid. They have a very, very wicked attack. Another team I would have looked at is Arsenal, but the way Arsenal is performing, Arsenal's attack is not firing, right? They are not firing. Bayern, on all angles, all positions, they are really, really firing. Their defense, their goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, their midfield and their attack is little. Like, they are very, very tough. Then Barcelona attack and midfield is strong, but the Barcelona defense for me, that high line, when they play a very solid team that attacks very well, they are going to get punished. So their defense for me is the main issue. But I think Bayern has the best squad currently in the Champions League. Yeah, they have the best squad. But let's see how the season is going to turn out to end. Yeah. Let's get the likes up, guys. I want us to get the likes up. Lots of news has been flying around about Elliot Anderson. Yeah, so I'm going to read out a tweet according to Florian Plattenberg. He made a tweet a couple of hours ago. I would say about 10 or 11 hours ago. Now, let me read what Florian Plattenberg posted about Elliot Anderson. He said, Forest expect Manchester United to remain seriously in the race for Elliot Anderson. Manchester City have also registered their interest, although their current focus is on extending Rodri's contract. So far, no club has made direct contact with Forest. A fee in the region of 100 to 120 million pounds is still being demanded at Sky Sports DE. This is very interesting, right? And I think it's between Manchester United and Manchester City that would see Elliot Anderson move to. Personally, I would prefer him to move to the right side of Manchester, which is Manchester United. So let's see. But I think this guy, like I said a couple of times now, he's my priority target. Yeah, Elliot Anderson for me is number one. Get him and any other person, I'm good. But anything you're doing, you must sign Elliot Anderson. Yeah, you must sign him. Blocks B says, bye Noble, I have to leave, but it was amazing to be back. I'll be back next stream. It's all good, bro. We are going to be doing a live watch along later today for the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. We have 2 games today. Real Madrid against Bayern Munich and Sporting CP against Arsenal. It's 7 p.m. UK time, so we are going to get straight into the live watch along later on. I think I'll try to see if I can go live possibly 30 or 40 minutes before the game starts. Yeah, I'll see if I can go live before the game. Yeah, Napoli. These are news from Fabrizio about transfer for Napoli. He said Napoli plans since March has not changed. The intention is to trigger 15.5 million euro buy option clause to sign Alisson Santos. Permanent deal seen as guarantee with players. Camp informed Alisson very happy and Sporting CP to get the money in June. So Napoli are pushing to signing the young star Alisson Santos after his loan deal expires at the end of the season. Anthony the Goat says, Noble, can you turn on community posts? The community posts, honestly, I really have not known how that works fully. Yeah, I'll need to get to know how the community post works fully because I've really not started with that. Yeah. Mokoena says Man City will win the FA Cup. Yeah, there is no team left that I think will be able to stop Man City from winning the FA Cup. Chelsea can't stop Man City. It's just Chelsea, Man City, Southampton, and Leeds United. Yeah, honestly, none of these teams that are still remaining in the FA Cup can actually stop Manchester City because City at the moment, yeah, it's just like it's the end of the season and that mindset just clicked in for the City players and they are just on a different level right now. Yeah, City are always the last 8-10 games for them to end the season, they are always balling crazy. They can go 10 wins or 12 wins in a row. Like that's how City does towards the season, end of season, every time. They have a very, very elite mentality, honestly. Guys, let's get the likes up. We've have lots of people join the stream and we just have only 2 likes. I know most people at times they forget to hit the like button. So guys, let's get the likes up. And if you're just joining the channel, kindly like the stream and subscribe. Let's check out what Vincent Kompany had. Okay, yeah. Let's check out what Kompany had to say about the Bernabeu. Yeah, well, like I said, we are going to be going through different news because there was a press conference yesterday, being Monday. The Bayern, the different teams are holding a press conference. The manager and one player as well. Kompany had a lot to say, but let's go over what one of the things Kompany had to say about the Bernabeu. Vincent Kompany said on playing at the Bernabeu, it's probably the toughest away fixture in the Champions League. Yeah. Honestly, my prediction of a 3-1 Bayern win might actually turn out to be opposite because there is something about Madrid when it comes to the Champions League. The atmosphere just turns different in the Champions League for Real Madrid. And in as much as I would really, really want Madrid to win that game, but I still find it very difficult to accept the fact that Madrid can actually get a win against Bayern because Bayern, for me, they are the best team right now. Yeah, Bayern, they are firing on all cylinders, and Harry Kane is back. He traveled with the Bayern squad to Madrid. So let's see if Harry Kane is going to start or he's going to come off the bench. Mokoena says, now time to win the Premier League. For the Premier League, I think it's a stretch for City. The only way Man City can win the Premier League right now is if Arsenal drop about, let's say, 4 points or 6 points in their next 3 games. Yeah, if they do that, then it's going to be over for Arsenal in terms of their league title. But let's see how that goes. White Fang Moon Paul says, are Real Madrid thinking of selling Camavinga? I don't think Camavinga is going to leave Madrid at the end of the season. But there are a couple of reports coming out that Camavinga might leave at the end of the season. I think Madrid is going to have a very, very massive exodus of players at the end of the season. There are a couple of players I think would leave. The likes of Dani Carvajal. I think Ferland Mendy will leave. Maybe Alaba. Either Alaba or Eder Militao. One of them will leave. Maybe Ceballos. Dani Ceballos might leave. Rodrigo, I don't think. It depends on who becomes the new Madrid manager. I think about 7 players or 6 players will leave Madrid at the end of the season. And Camavinga is very much likely. Yeah, it's very much likely to be one of the players that would leave. But let's see how that goes. Anthony the Goat says, if Madrid somehow beat Bayern, Liverpool beat PSG and Sporting beat Arsenal in both legs, I think Barcelona might have a chance to win the UCL. Well, it's football, and I wouldn't say it's not possible, because in football anything is possible, right? Yeah, in football anything is possible. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how it goes. But I think that's the possibility for that is actually very, very slim. Yeah, the possibility for that is very slim. But let's see how it goes. Okay, David Raya, about when he was asked, he said, let us use the pain of these 2 defeats. This is the most important part of the season. We have to enjoy it, says VI Sam J. Dean. Yeah, David Raya, in those 2 games that Arsenal lost, he didn't play in both games, and it was really tough for Arsenal fans. Honestly, it was really, really tough for Arsenal fans. But let's see if Arsenal is going to give a reaction. Yeah, let's see if they will react positively to those 2 losses they had in the Carabao Cup final and in the FA Cup quarterfinals. White Fang Moon says, I'm hearing rumors that Real Madrid willing to sell him and Man United are interested to bring Camavinga to Old Trafford. Yeah, like I said, there are news flying around that Camavinga is very much likely to leave Bayern. But personally, as someone who supports Madrid and Manchester United, I really don't want Camavinga at Man United, yeah. Because I think the mistake that Man United have been making in the past couple of years is signing players who have really have a dip in form, or they are coming towards the end of their career, or they are no longer at their top level they've been performing over the years. Yeah, I think that's one of the mistakes United have been making in the past couple of years. And I'm really glad that Ineos in their signings are going for players that are still in their peak or yet to hit their peak, which I think is very, very important for Man United to do. Right, so I really do not fancy the talk of Man United wanting to sign Edward Camavinga. Yeah, I like Camavinga, but nah, I wouldn't want Man United to sign Camavinga. right now, because for me, he's not at the level he was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, he's not at that level. Yeah, he's not at that level right now. So I wouldn't want us to go for a player that is actually going down in terms of his form and his career. Yeah, I need players that are actually pushing up. Yeah, those are the sort of players I need from Man United to go. The likes of Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson is still a very young guy. Yeah, Kamavinga, I know he's still very young, right? But his form is no longer what it used to be 4 years ago, 3 years ago. For the likes of Elliot Anderson is actually on an upward trend. He's not on a downward trend. So that's why I'm really pushing forward for Man United to sign Elliot Anderson. And if you look at Elliot Anderson, he starts this season in the Premier League. He's a midfielder that has won the most duels and balls in the middle of the park in the Premier League this season. His performances all season have been top notch, regardless of the position Nottingham Forest are currently sitting. But every game you see him performing very well. Anthony the God says, do you think Mbappe is a problem at Real Madrid? Nah, I don't think Mbappe is a problem at Madrid. Some people are having that opinion, but I really do not subscribe to that. Biplab says, I hope Sporting CP to win the UCL. It could be great to see a new team winning UCL and getting the recognition, but they have to work very hard to defeat best teams. Yeah. Nothing is presented to you at a platter of gold. You have to work really hard for it. So if Sporting want to shock the world, they need to work really, really hard for it. Then we'll know, okay, of a truth, this team is really, really serious to winning the Champions League. So let's see how it goes. White Fang Moon says, I'm a United fan. Alright, White Fang Moon, nice to have you on the channel. What's your thought about Michael Carrick? Do you think Man United should give him a new contract on a permanent basis, or you think he's really not cut out for the job managing Man United on a permanent basis? What's your thought about Carrick? Some people are saying they want Nagelsmann. Some are saying Enrique. But for me, like I said a couple of weeks ago, if Michael Carrick can give Manchester United Champions League football, which at this point I would say it's about 80-85% sealed that we are going to qualify for the Champions League, right? Because I'm a Man United fan and also a Madrid fan, but Man United for me is first, Madrid comes second. Now, if we are going to qualify for the Champions League, which is very much likely, like I said, then Michael Carrick should be given the job on a permanent basis. The only coach or manager I would pick ahead of Michael Carrick right now is Luis Enrique, the PSG manager. But for Nagelsmann, yeah, I love Nagelsmann, right? But he's also a risk. Some people were saying Michael Carrick is a risk. Yes, I do agree with you, right? Michael Carrick is a risk because some people still have that PTSD from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As a legend that he was, he took over the reins of affairs as an interim boss, got us into Champions League, and he got the permanent job. And after the first year fully in charge, the second year, then the third year things dropped down, and a lot of people still have trauma from that. And I'm like, Ole and Michael Carrick are two different individuals. They have two different personalities. And for me, Ole was a type that sometimes it was hard for him to take some certain difficult decisions. But for Michael Carrick, I think, yeah, Michael Carrick is calm, but he takes some tough decisions. You look at when he came first, there was a game he benched Ronaldo in the 3 games he was in charge after Ole was sacked. Even recently when he took over, he had to bench Cunha and played Patrick Dogu ahead. Like, these were some tough decisions that sometimes the likes of Ole doesn't have the ball to do that. So that's why I said Ole and Carrick are actually two different personalities. So you really will not, because of the fact that Ole didn't do well after he was given a permanent deal. Yeah, we played about 3 semi-finals, lost the Europa League final. Was it to Sevilla? Was it Villarreal? I think it was Villarreal that Manchester United lost that final to in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think there are 2 different managers. So the only person I would pick ahead of Michael Carrick is Luis Enrique. Yeah, that's the only manager. Any person other than that for me is a big risk, which personally I would rather prefer to go with the risk I am very, very much aware of, which is Carrick. I've seen what Carrick is all about since January up till this time. It's 3 months, and out of all the games, I think Carrick has been in charge for more than 8 games. It should be around 8 or 9 games. Out of all these games, he's drawn 1. The loss against a 10-man Newcastle team was unacceptable, right? Even I said that during Amorim's time when we lost to Everton. 10-man Everton team. I really don't like it. When you lose to a 10-man team, it's really embarrassing. White Fang Moon says, I've heard Luis Enrique is signing a new contract at PSG. Yeah, some news were saying he's going to sign. Some were saying he's not going to renew his contract at PSG. By the end of the season, we'll actually know for sure if Luis Enrique is going to renew his contract or not. But let's see how that goes. Biplab says, hey Nobu, do you see MLS? Nah, bro, I really can't remember the last time I watched MLS games. The only things I see on the internet about MLS is just clips on Instagram. Or sometimes maybe on YouTube Shorts, some highlights, yeah. Some goal highlights. That's what I just see. But I think there was a clip I saw. Was it okay? It was on Instagram. I saw that clip of Messi playing a pass to the left side, right? Some people were saying that Messi actually forgot that Jordi Alba has actually retired, because that was the exact spot or positions he passes the ball to Jordi Alba, because they've been friends for God knows how long, for a very long time. And they've built that partnership that when he plays the ball over to that side, he knows exactly where Jordi Alba is going to be positioned. So it was very funny watching that video, by the way. Anthony the Ghost says, at White Fang Moon Paul, I saw a shot might be fake, but I saw him say that he might go to Real Madrid so he can be the first manager to manage Barca and Madrid. That's fake. It's not going to happen. I don't think Luis Enrique is going to manage Madrid. Nah, he's not going to do that. Lionel Messi says today Bayern will destroy Real Man. In as much as I would want Madrid to win, let my prediction be wrong, right? I would want Madrid to win, but I think it's going to be a very, very tough test for Madrid. Also Bayern as well, because the Bernabeu is not an easy place to go to and get a win in the UEFA Champions League. Yes, in the league, some teams come there and get points, but Madrid has this aura about them when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. The atmosphere is just crazy. The sound of the UEFA Champions League song is just different at the Bernabeu. CL says, do you know Gomez, number 7 captain at Wolves? I think he will be amazing at Man United. Add some Brazilian flair. Nah, Gomez is not number 7. I think the number 7 for Wolves is actually Andre, not Gomez. Gomez, I think, is number 8. Gomez is number 8 for Wolves. It's Andre that is number 7. And I think Andre is also Brazilian. Yeah, I think he's Brazilian. Ravan, welcome back. Ravan says, what happened to Arsenal, bro? From hopes of winning a quadruple to fear of going trophyless. Terrible situation. Yeah, it's not actually hopes of winning a quadruple. By the way, it started from hopes of winning a sextuple. Then it moved to quadruple. It was at the same time they were talking about the quadruple that they were saying the sextuple as well. From the quadruple, sextuple to quadruple, then to a double now, and to a treble, and the fear of going trophyless. It's really, really a very terrible situation for Arsenal fans, right? Very, very terrible. But I still think Arsenal is not going to go trophyless. The league, yeah, definitely for the Champions League, I'm not seeing Arsenal winning the Champions League. But for the league, they have a strong chance. But I think if Arsenal survive their next 3 Premier League games, then they will win the league. But if they don't survive these 3 games, Bournemouth, Man City, and Newcastle, these are their next 3 Premier League fixtures. If they don't survive these 3 games, then Arsenal is going to be in for a very, very long ride. Yeah, it's going to be a very long end of season for Arsenal. Blocks B says, never mind Noble, I am back. Alright, Blocks B, welcome back. Are you Rob Blocks? Because this, I don't know if this name, yeah, I think you changed your name from Roblox, right? Because the picture actually looks similar to Roblox's. CL says, oh, number 8, so sorry, it's all good, bro. Anthony the Ghost says, welcome back, Blocks. CL says, yeah, you're right. Anthony the Ghost says, sextuple to quadruple to trophyless. That's typical Arsenal for you, bro. It's typical Arsenal. Yeah. And if they end up not getting a hold of any trophy this season, the 2 trophies that are left for them are the biggest trophies, right? The Champions League and the Premier League. So let's see how it goes. Everywhere the papers, do you heed what they say? Blocks B says, yeah, I post football and Roblox. Okay, I see. Alright, brother. Guys, let's get the likes up. We are currently on 5 likes. I want us to get the likes to 10. Let's get the likes. We have a couple of people that have joined the stream and the likes are really, really low. So guys, if you're yet to hit the like button, kindly like the stream. Come on, guys. Let's get it going. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Yeah, we're going to go over a couple of things that Alvaro Arbeloa said, Mikel Arteta in their press conference. Yeah, we have to go through that. David Raya as well. He made a couple of comments. Alright, Roblox, thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you very much. Biplab says, hope Arsenal could get a good momentum. If they can win, if Arsenal can actually win the Champions League games against Sporting CP in a very comfortable manner, and at least make it more like a statement win that, yo guys, we are still here. We are not done for the season. Then it's gonna send a message out to other teams, even in the Premier League, right? So Arsenal need a statement win in this Champions League against Sporting CP in both legs. Yeah, they are going away from home first, but they don't really need to make it about being home or away. They need to make a statement in those 2 Champions League games against Sporting Club de Portugal. So let's see how that goes. CL says Bruno Fernandes and Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid. That would be crazy and could happen. Nah, I don't see that happening. I don't think that's going to happen. Bruno moving to Madrid, I doubt that. I really, really do doubt that. Then Enzo Fernandez, yeah, he's selling himself off to Madrid. Yeah, but Chelsea are not going to let him off easily. They are going to get their money back. because they paid over 100 million. I think about 100 and is it 150 million pounds that they paid Benfica to sign him about 3 years ago, right? So definitely they are going to want their money back. So it's not going to be an easy deal. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy deal, but let's see how that goes. CL says real. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move over to what David Raya had to say about Arsenal's recent defeat. David Raya said on Arsenal's recent defeat, we are disappointed with the results with the 2 losses, but we are full of faith in ourselves and the squad is really, really good. He went on to say, I'm just living the dream playing for this football club and fighting for these titles. Yeah, this was what the Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya had to say about Arsenal's current situation. Personally, I do think that if David Raya had played those 2 games, they wouldn't have lost both games. At least they would have won one and drawn one and possibly get into penalty shootout. Yeah, but David Raya being absent from both games really cost Arsenal. And a lot of times this season, Raya has saved Arsenal many times, pulling up some crazy saves. Yeah, for me, I think Raya is the second most important player for Arsenal. Yeah, the most important player for Arsenal, I think, is Gabriel Magalhaes. Second is David Raya, and third is Declan Rice. These are the 3 most important players for Arsenal. And funny enough, there is no attacking player in that. Yeah, there is no attacking player in that. And that's a shame for a team that is looking to win quadruple, treble, and now the double. At least 2 or 3 of your attacking players should be firing. Yeah, they should be firing, honestly. CL says, but at least they are going to win the league. I think Raya would be happy then. Yeah, like I've said this, if Arsenal doesn't win the league, it's the biggest and the worst bottling in history that will be. Yeah, it is going to be the worst because like this season is just so different from other seasons. This season is just so different. There are so many big teams, top teams that are not doing very well this season. Now, last season, Man City were very terrible, right? Liverpool were fantastic from the beginning of the season all through to the end of the season that they won the league. I think about 3 or 4 games to spare. Man City, Liverpool won the league. Last season, Man City were very, very poor. They picked up late on in the season, towards the end of the season, by the way. And this season is just so different. Man City were terrible earlier on in the season. Even in the middle of the season, it was later on that Man City peaked. Liverpool have been shocking. I think it was the worst title defense, that is. Then for the likes of Man United, Chelsea were just dangling like this, dangling up and down. Man United were also dangling in the same range and got Amorim sacked before Carrick came and took the club upwards. Yeah, so it's been different. This season is actually totally different for Arsenal. And if they bottle this one, it will be the biggest and the worst bottling in the history of football. Guy S4 says should keep Onana. Nah, bro, I don't need Onana anywhere close to my club. I don't need him. Anthony the Ghost says 11 more days until I post a new video. 11? Why are you taking that long to post a video, Anthony? Edwin says me mod please. We have a couple of moderators on the channel, bro. Blocks B says, who do you think will win the World Cup? I think France, because they are stacked with talent, and they have an A team, B team, C team, and think a D team. The first three teams have a good chance to win. Yeah, I would say France, in terms of their attack, they have like a double attack that is very, very lethal. Yeah, you can play Dembele, Mbappe, and Olise. Then the second attack, you have Desire Doué, Ekitike, Thuram. Who else? Who else am I missing in the attack for France? I'm trying to name like I think two more players. I think I'm missing. Yeah, Bakola. You have Bakola, right? Who else? I think the French attack is. Yeah, there is also Ryan Cherki there. Yeah, Cherki. I forgot to mention Cherki. So France actually has a very, very strong attacking team, but I think the main problem for the French team is their defense and their goalkeeper. That guy Maignan, I really do not rate him. Honestly, I don't rate him. CL says, how the lads up the tune next season will be on fire. I saw a couple of news that Eddie Howe will very much likely leave at the end of the season, but I'm not sure how true that is. Anthony the Ghost says, I took a 2-week break until the 18th of April. Alright. Guy says Haiti to win the World Cup. Haiti, nah. Surprises at the World Cup, yes, but not for Haiti to win it. But let's see how it goes. Guys, if you're just joining the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Nobles View. Let's get the likes up. We are currently on 6 likes. We've had more people come on the stream, but our likes are really, really low. So please, let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up to 10. Piyushago says hello. Piyushago, welcome to the channel. Are you from India or Pakistan? Anthony the Ghost says Curaçao will win the World Cup for sure. You guys are going with the small countries or islands that are actually making their first appearance in the FIFA World Cup. Piyush Sagar says India. Okay, which part of India are you from? Are you from Kerala, Shillong, Kolkata, Goa, West Bengal, or Mumbai? Where exactly in India are you connecting from? Pune, Maharashtra. Okay. Yeah. I've heard of this. I've heard of this city before. Yeah, I've heard of it before. Nice to have you on the channel, by the way. Which team do you support? Piyushago, which football team do you support? Ole ku, tell me something where I know fit to. Yeah, I know it's in India. I know Maharashtra, Pune. Yeah, I've heard of the city a couple of times, and I think I have a couple of fans from that part of India, Pune. Yeah, but I think most of the people that I know from India that are on my channel, you have the likes of Kerala. I think there are lots of people from Kerala, Shillong, Mumbai, Delhi, West Bengal as well. Yeah. But Pune, I think Pune is just a few people that are from Pune. Yeah. It's just a few people that are from Pune. Okay, you support India. Alright. Piyushago, have you subscribed to the channel already? Piyushago, have you subscribed? Let's get the likes up, guys. Let us get it up. It's match day. We have Real Madrid against Bayern, Sporting CP against Arsenal in the quarterfinals, and tomorrow we have Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and PSG Liverpool. It's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Let's see how that goes. Piyushago says no subscribe, give one football jersey. It's all good. If you want to subscribe, it's good. If you feel you don't want to subscribe, it's also good. No hard feelings, brother. Boy says who is winning tonight? I think Bayern and Sporting CP are very much likely to win. Yeah, even though I would want Madrid to win, yeah, but I see Bayern winning tonight and Sporting Club de Portugal winning as well. So let's see. Anthony the Go says, I think either Portugal or Brazil will win the World Cup because they have the best overall squad. France is only attack and Spain is mostly midfield. Yeah, that's why I said for the French team, I think their defense. I think the defense of the French team is actually very, very terrible. Yeah, they have a very, very terrible defense. And I think that's going to be their weak point. Also, that goalkeeper, Maignan, except they change Maignan to someone else to be in goal. But if it's Maignan that is going to be in goal for France, I doubt France is going to go far in the World Cup. Boy says Madrid will win the tie. Trust me. Bro, I honestly do want Madrid to win it, but Bayern are really, really firing. Yeah, Bayern are firing on all cylinders, and I think it's going to be a very, very tough one for Real Madrid against Bayern, but let's see what happens though. All in One channel says your biggest fan has arrived. Your biggest fan from India, Jackhand, Waspo, and thank you for starting the live. Thank you very much, All in One channel. Nice to have you back as always. Thank you very much. CL says I'm going to watch both games. Yeah, definitely. I personally will watch both games. Yeah, I'll watch both games tonight. The Arsenal and the Madrid games. I'll definitely watch them tonight. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day is getting hard. Another sister bomb in a bus with your team kids. CLC, okay. Cathy Truby says, remember me, I'm back. Yeah, Cathy, I remember you. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days. Nice to have you back on the channel. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Like I said, it's match day, guys. It's match day, and we have very interesting quarterfinal games. So let's see how that goes tonight. CL says, did you hear Trippier is leaving? Very sad. Yeah, Kieran Trippier is going to leave Newcastle at the end of the season. Yeah, he's going to leave Newcastle at the end of the season. So let's see. He's had a very successful career at Newcastle, helping them to win the Carabao Cup, the first trophy for Newcastle in, I think, is it 50 years or how many? No, it's not 50 years actually. In a very long time, by the way. In a very, very long time, he gave Newcastle their first trophy in a very long time. Was he up to 50 years? When last did Newcastle win a trophy? I think you guys won the league, I think, in the 90s. Yeah, I think it's probably been over 20 years you guys last won a trophy. Or is it close to 30, by the way? But I know Newcastle won the league 90s. I'm actually trying to remember exactly when Newcastle won the league last. What was the last time you guys won the league? CL. The last time Newcastle won the league title. All in One says, have you eaten breakfast? I'll have my meal after the live stream for sure. Kathy says, I liked, and did you have a good Easter? Yes, Kathy, I had an amazing Easter. Thank you very much for asking. How about you? Hope you enjoyed your Easter celebration. CL says, I wonder who our number 2 will be. Livramento can also play as your right back. And I really like Livramento. He's a fantastic kid. He plays very well. Yeah, so I think Livramento for me at Newcastle he's amazing. Yeah, I think Kieran Trippier leaving is not going to be an issue. I think it's just only the leadership qualities that you can actually say, oh, yeah, we're going to miss his leadership qualities in the team. But besides that, I think Livramento is a fantastic player. Anthony the Ghost says, CL definitely Onana best right back of all time. Candace right back who gives goal for free. That's very funny. Bijami says, hi bro. Yeah, Bijami, welcome back to the channel, bro. Hope you had a great night. CL says he's probably going to Man City though. Trippier? Nah. No way is Trippier going to Man City. Trippier has actually had a very good career from Tottenham. I think it was from Tottenham that I remembered him. He played really well at Tottenham, by the way. From Tottenham, he went to Atletico. From Atletico, he came to Newcastle, yeah. He's had a very good career, and he also played a lot for England national team. CL says, no Livramento, no Trippier. Alright, because I was like, Trippier, an old man who is about 32 or 34, going to Man City. Okay, Livramento. Yeah, Man City might sign him because the kid is very good. Yeah, and Matheus Nunes, in as much as he's been deputizing for Man City at right back, but is actually Livramento is actually very good. Yeah, he's actually a very, very good right back. Bijami says, sorry I'm not that active, I have the flu. Oh, sorry about that, Bijami. I hope you recover. Quickly, bro. Sorry about that. Dennis Kagla says hello. Dennis Kagla, welcome back. I hope you had a great night. Welcome back to the channel. Anthony says, old man Noble been like 34, 35. Get well soon, Bijami. Yeah, get well soon, Bijami. Bijami says, it's really annoying, the flu, bro. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes I even catch the flu, and I do understand your sentiments. It's very annoying, and it can destabilize your whole system. It can destabilize your whole system, honestly. Make you uncomfortable. It will make you very, very uncomfortable. Sia says, the last time we won the league was in 1925-26 season. Really? Was it? Okay, it was Blackburn. Okay, it was Blackburn that won the league in the 90s. I was actually thinking Newcastle. Okay, Newcastle when Shearer was playing for Newcastle, I think in the 90s and early 2000s, Newcastle were like top 4, top 6 team. Yeah. Anthony says my battery is 67%. Okay. Bijami says at least I'll be home but not playing football. I'll just try to get medication for the flu, and probably in a couple of days, let's say 2-3 days, you should be okay and go about your normal activities like playing football and other things as well. Anthony says, dang, even Leicester won it more recently and they are getting relegated. CL says, I'm going now. See you later, Nobu. Alright, brother. See you later for the live watch along. Like I said, I'll be doing a live watch along. Yeah, I'll be doing a live watch along for the Champions League games. The Real Madrid Bayern and also the Sporting game against Arsenal. So for those who will be free to join for the live watch along later tonight, let's get it on. Dennis Kagla says, what do you think of Kenan Yildiz? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Yildiz, right? And I think he's a fantastic kid. He really needs to leave Juventus. I think he needs to leave Juventus because Juventus, I really don't know what's up with them. Yeah, Juventus in the past couple of seasons have been very, very poor. Very poor. They've been very, very poor. So let's see how it goes. But I like Yildiz. He's a fantastic bowler. Bijami says today is UCL. Yeah, today is UEFA Champions League. Real Madrid against Bayern, and we have Sporting against Arsenal. So they are tough games. Tomorrow is PSG, Liverpool, and Barcelona against Atletico de Madrid. Anthony Digo says Jamie Vardy or Marco Reus, they are not the same profile. Reus, yeah, as an attacker, he's an attacker, but he's a winger, while Jamie Vardy is just an outright striker. Yeah. Real Dandy says Saka won't play today though. Yeah, Teta said Saka is not available. Declan Rice is available. Gabriel Magalhaes available as well, and Leandro Trossard is also available. Yeah, I think Arsenal, man, Arsenal tonight. Oh man. Well, I hope for their fans' sake they win the game. Honestly, I do hope for their fans' sake they win the game. Anthony says Rakitic or Modric. Definitely Luka Modric. Luka Modric is a legend of the game. I like Rakitic. Ivan Rakitic, right? But nah, definitely I'm going for Luka Modric. Bijami says Baniko's travel relegation is crazy. They might win the Czech Cup, but that won't help them in the relegation round. How many matches are left in the Czech league? Dennis says, what time are the UCL matches for you? I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch them. 5 a.m. I thought you were in Turkey. Dennis Kagla. I thought you were in Turkey. So what's up? Which country are you currently in? You're saying 5 a.m. I thought you were in Turkey. Real Dandy says Eze is good, but he might cook today. Now, Eze is not going to be available. Eze picked up injury in international duty, so he didn't train with the Arsenal team yesterday. But Rice is back. Trossard and Gabriel Magalhaes are also back. Anthony the Go says, how good was Prime John Terry? Prime John Terry, yeah. I have John Terry in my top 5 defenders, best defenders of all time. I rate him really, really highly. His leadership was top. His ability was on a different level. So, yeah, in as much as I don't support Chelsea, but JT for me is phenomenal. Yeah, in the Premier League, my top 3 defenders in the Premier League are Vidic, Terry, and Ferdinand. These 3 guys, yeah, they are my top 3 defenders in the Premier League. Then I'll go with Yapstam. Yeah. Then before I will even talk about Virgil. But I'm really not Virgil's fan because his pattern of play, I don't fancy it. He's a defender that doesn't like to go into challenges. He He shadow marks. That's Van Dijk's pattern though. BGME says Eze will be forever Crystal Palace homie. Dennis Kagla says in Australia. Really? I thought you were actually in Turkey. Okay, you are Turkish, but you live in Australia, right? Yeah, Australia is going to be a 5 a.m. match, but for me here in China, it's going to be 3 a.m. for me here in China. Australia is 2 hours ahead, by the way, and I think New Zealand is about 3 hours or 4 hours ahead of I think 3 or 5 hours ahead of China, New Zealand. Are you in Melbourne? Dennis Kagla. Real Dandy says, who is going to win the attack of Arsenal then? Mikel Merino, Martinelli, or Gyökeres? I think Merino's was that a knee injury? Yeah, Merino's injury was actually a blow because there are these sort of scrappy goals that he scores for Arsenal, Mikel Merino. Yeah, there are some sort of scrappy goals he scores for Arsenal, and he's a very key player for them. But sadly, he's injured, and I think he's not going to make it to the World Cup. Yeah, because was it a knee injury? I think it was a knee surgery, or what surgery did he have, by the way? Dennis Kaglan says, yeah, it's bedtime for both of us. Yeah, it's very difficult for those of us in Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand to watch football games because, man, oh man, it's usually deep late at night that we watch football games. For those in Europe and Africa, yeah, they enjoy it because it's usual, let's say, evening time or afternoon time that they watch games. But for those of us in this part of the world, it's usually very, very, very difficult. Honestly, very difficult. Bijami says, Baniko Strava should buy Lewandowski. He's big fan. Can you guys afford him? That's the question. Axton says hello. Axton, welcome to the channel. Where are you connecting from? Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Okay, we have a news about Romelu Lukaku from Napoli. I don't know what the problem is with this club called Napoli. Honestly, I don't know what the problem is. But let's read out the news from the Napoli director, Mana. Mana says there will be consequences for Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku decided not to return when we told him to get back and to stay in Belgium to assess his injury. The group must always be first. We will take our measures. Yeah, Napoli, they always have issues with players. Always. I really don't know what Napoli's problem is. Seriously, I really don't know. Okay, let's go over to a couple of comments from the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta. Firstly, let's look at what Arteta had to say about David Raya. Arteta said Arteta said, okay. Now, no, Arteta on Saka, sorry. Arteta said, remember how difficult it is, what we've done up to now. Feel the pain, feel that emotion and use it to be better and to improve. His message to the Arsenal players and the fans as well. That the pain that they felt, that they should use that emotion to get it done. Arteta and Arsenal mood after the last two games. He says, we are hungrier than ever, very excited and motivated. So let's see if that motivation is going to show in their game against Sporting CP tonight. Anthony says knee injury, knee surgery tomorrow, like Grinch mean. I think he had surgery that I'm very sure of. But I'm trying to remember if that surgery was a knee or a hand surgery. I'm trying to remember exactly. But Mikel Merino had a surgery a couple of months ago. I think that was in December or in January. Real Dandy says Mbappe, Vini, Bellingham, and 3 other Real Madrid players have to be very conscious in the Bayern game. If they get a yellow card, they won't play the second half. Really? I actually didn't check that. Okay. Bijami says, what if we get Lewandowski, Baniko Strava not getting relegated? Lewandowski to Baniko Strava, I really don't think that. Dennis Kagla says, who do you go for in the UCL? Ordinarily, I would love to go with Madrid, but Bayern for me, they are the main threat. Yeah, Bayern is the main problem for Madrid, so it's going to be really difficult, honestly. Majid says, how are you, brother? Praying for Madrid tonight. Hala Madrid. Yeah, I hope Madrid wins the game tonight. Honestly, sincerely, I do hope they win. Majid says, what's your score prediction? Well, you can check out my predictions short video. I made a video yesterday. I think we have a lot of views on that video, by the way. Let me see. I think the last time I checked, we had about 2,000 views. Yeah, we had 2,000 views from the short video I posted yesterday about the quarterfinals predictions for the UEFA Champions League. Yeah, we had 2,000 plus views yesterday. So you can check out that video, Majid. I made a prediction, so do check out the video, the short video, and also give me your thoughts on the predictions. A lot of people contributed and made a comment. I think we have over 13 comments, 23 likes, and 2-point-something K views on the short video. So do watch the video and you give me your thoughts about my predictions, Majid. Anish Khan, welcome back to the channel. Nice to have you back, bro. It's been a couple of days. Nice to have you back. Bijami says, I don't want to support Baniko Strava right now, bro. I'm faithful fan, but it's really crazy, bro. We have good players and still last in the league. How many points can you guys get to be able to avoid relegation? Real Dandy says, I hope Liverpool loses their next Premier League match. Chelsea needs to get into the top 5. Who is Liverpool playing next? Because that depends. The loss actually depends who they are playing next. Because I think if Liverpool is playing a decent team, then they are going to struggle. I really don't think Liverpool will make it to the Champions League next season. But let's see how that goes. Let's see how it goes. Majid says we'll check it out later. Thanks. Alright, Majid, you're welcome, bro. Anishkan says the first leg is in the Bernabeu. Hey, BJMI, how are you, bro? Yeah, the first leg is at the Bernabeu and the second leg would be at the Allianz Arena. The Bernabeu has a different atmosphere when it comes to Champions League nights. Yeah, in the league, in the past season, Madrid have been fumbling. But when it comes to the Champions League, they are just on a different level. Yeah, last season against Arsenal, the atmosphere wasn't lit up. But this season and previous seasons as well, the Bernabeu has been a very, very strong ground for the Madrid team. Dennis Kagla says, who do you think is the most dangerous player in the UCL? You mean the UCL history or this season? If it's the UCL history, I would say Cristiano Ronaldo because he is Mr. Champions League. But if it's this season, I will go with Harry Kane and Olise. I will go with Harry Kane, Olise, Mbappe. Who else? I don't know if I should go with Lamine Yamal. I will go with Kane, Olise, and Mbappe. Yeah, these three guys are very dangerous in the Champions League this season. Rafinha is still out. He's going to be out for 4 more weeks. According to the Barcelona manager news that came out, that Rafinha very much likely will be available in May. And that's a very long time, honestly. It's a very, very long time, I would say. But let's see how it goes. Guys, let's get the likes up. We have just 10 likes. I want us to push it to 20. I want us to push the likes to 20, guys. Let's get the likes up to 20. We have 8 people on the stream, and it's not everyone that have hit the like button. So let's get the likes up, guys. I want us to push it to 20. BJami says, I'm shooting like Roberto Carlos, but not that strong. Okay. Anishkan says, free kicks shoot it like CR7. What about the loss of Real Madrid against Mallorca? Yeah, that was a very terrible one, Anishkan. I actually didn't expect Madrid to lose that game against Mallorca. Yeah, that was in as much as Arsenal's game was actually the most shocking result for me over the weekend. But the Madrid game, I was actually very surprised. Why would Madrid lose that game to Mallorca when they know that Barcelona is going to be playing Atletico Madrid, and there's every likelihood that Barcelona will drop points in that game? But Madrid really messed up. I'm really happy I didn't watch that game, because if I had watched that game between Mallorca and Madrid, I would have been more upset than I currently am missing that match, honestly. Funky Sam says, what player jersey? I'm having a Madrid jersey. I don't want to have any player's name on it. Maybe my name later on, but for now, none. Aniskan says he's a ghost dribbler. Danish Febia Siam says, long live Barca. Madrid knob, Madrid boo. Oh, you're a Barcelona fan. Definitely you want to boo Madrid. But Barcelona, I think, under Hansi Flick, I'm very much impressed with the job Hansi Flick is doing at Barcelona. He has limited finance, and he's pulling up. He's doing great things for Barcelona. He scored 300 goals in, I think, 108 or 109 games. That's a lot of goals. And Vincent Kompany has scored 300 goals in, I think, 98 or 97 games, which is also very good record. It shows that both teams are actually attacking teams. They score lots of goals. Lots of goals. Real Dandy says Liverpool goes against Fulham. If Liverpool is playing Fulham, then I think Liverpool is going to draw or lose that game. Their first game was actually a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I can't forget that late minute screamer from Harrison Reed. Yeah, that goal was insane. I know Liverpool fans will not forget that goal. Harrison Reed, that late minute goal against Liverpool. I think Ekitike scored late on, made it 2-1, and Harrison Reed scored a crazy goal against Alisson from outside of the 18-yard box. It was crazy. Haniskan says, Hala Madrid, they can beat Bayern. I know you are laughing at Madrid, Haniskan. Majid said, Majid says Zico was good and he wasn't underrated at his time. Real Dandy says, okay, I think I've read that. CL says Barcelona, Haaland to Barcelona. I don't think so. I think the only time Haaland will very much likely leave Man City is if Pep Guardiola resigns or leaves Man City and goes elsewhere, or decide to maybe just go on sabbatical. Dennis Kagler says, are you going to do a video of predicting which 2 teams in the World Cup get out of their groups? Yeah, definitely I'll do that video, but that will be at the end of the season before the World Cup. Yeah, I'll definitely do that prediction before the World Cup. Anthony De Gaulle says, what's the most underrated player of all time? In your opinion, mine is Zico. The most underrated player of all time. Tembikai, welcome back to the channel. Who is the most underrated player of all time? Underrated player of all time. I'm trying to think through some names. Underrated player of all time. Who is actually Park Ji-sung was underrated. Wayne Rooney. I think some people actually underrate Wayne Rooney. Raul. Nah, Raul, I wouldn't say he was. Man. Casemiro was top in his prime. Man. I honestly am finding it very difficult to name one player I would say of all time that was underrated. Yeah, for different teams, I can actually give names for different. Maybe if you say Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, one player that was actually underrated, but his contributions were really, really key for his team. I'm finding it very, very difficult to actually name an all-time underrated player, honestly. Animesh says, however, free-flowing Abeloa structure B, you need some structure and acumen, or else eventually you get exposed like against Mallorca. Abeloa, for me, I've said this a couple of times and I still repeat. Abeloa is a baby coach. He's an amateur. Yeah. The job at Madrid is actually too big and enormous for him to handle. If you even watch Abeloa's face before he took the job at the Bernabeu, he was actually, well built, looking fresh. But in the past couple of months, the young man took the job. He's looked so thin, so like he looks so dried up. I'm like, man, the stress at Madrid is actually too big for him, honestly. Bijami says, I want Arsenal to lose the UCL. I predicted a Sporting win against Arsenal, but it's football. Anything can still happen. You still don't need to underrate Arsenal, but I don't think it's going to be an easy ride for Arsenal. But Arsenal really do need to make a statement win after those 2 losses against Man City in the Carabao Cup final and Southampton in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. They need a statement win for sure. Seth Rugen Jansen says, yo, bro, do you remember me? Yeah, Jansen, I do remember you, that name. Yeah, for sure, I do remember your name, Jansen. Funky Sam says, can you tell your dream team? My dream team, definitely in goal, like I always say, Peter Schmeichel for me is for sure going to be in goal. Then in my central defense, yeah, my two best defenders of all time, Paolo Maldini and Nemanja Vidic, are going to be there for me. Then my left back has to be Roberto Carlos. Yeah, the best left back in history, followed by Marcelo Bo. I will have Roberto Carlos at left back. Right back, I will have Dani Alves. I had Cafu there before, but I've come to look at it, I'm like, nah. Alves was a very, very wicked baller, and he was more of an attacking right back. So I would go with Dani Alves. Then for my midfield, I'm doing a 4-3-3. So I'll go for 3 midfielders. It's going to be all attacking midfielders, by the way. I'm going to have Andreas Iniesta, Zinedine Zidane, and Diego Armando Maradona. Then in the attack, I will have Cristiano on the left side, Lionel Messi on the right side, and the boss, Pelé, up front. Yeah, that's definitely my dream team, my first 11. CL says, what about current 25-26 Dream 11? My Dream 11 for this season, in goal. I think in goal, okay, let me name my dream team for this 25-26 season. For the UCL, right? If it's all the leagues, I will have Bruno Fernandes in it. But since we are talking about the UCL, let me go with players that are currently playing the Champions League this season. Now, in goal, I will have Thibaut Courtois. is my first choice. I'm definitely having Thibaut Courtois in goal. Then at left back, I would definitely have Nuno Mendes. At right back, I will have Ashraf Hakimi as my right back. Then the central defense is a tough one. The central defense, man, it's really a tough one. But I think I will go with Jonathan Tah. Yeah, I'll go with Jonathan Tah and Gabriel Magalhaes. Yeah, that's my pick for the central defense. Then for the midfield, I'll do a 4-3-3 formation, same as the all-time. For the midfield, I'm going to go for Vitinha. I'll go for Vitinha, Pedri, and Kimmich. Yeah. Vitinha, Pedri, and Kimmich. That's going to be my midfield three. That's a crazy midfield. You're going to find it very difficult to get the ball off these three guys. They are going to dominate the midfield for me. Then in attack, my front three definitely has to be Michael Olise on the right side, Kylian Mbappe on the left side, and Harry Kane up front. That's my 2025-26 Champions League pick. Yeah, definitely that's my pick. Bijami says Courtois is mid goalkeeper, bro. Rudiger is carrying him. You're trying to give the same take as Nothing did yesterday about Thibaut Courtois. It's actually very funny, by the way. Very, very funny. CL says Saliba and Marquinhos. Nah, I'm not going to have Saliba in my 2025-26 season. I'll pick Gabriel ahead of Saliba. Then Marquinhos, I think Marquinhos is fantastic, but based off of this season, I will go with Jonathan Tah, honestly. I will go with Tah. Okay, Anishkan says my all-time team for goalkeeper Lev Yashin, 2 center backs Maldini and Sergio Ramos, left back Roberto Carlos, and right back Lilian Thuram. AMF Maradona, 2 CMs Iniesta and Xavi, striker Pelé, right wing Messi, left wing Cristiano. Well, for the Lilian Thuram one, I really don't agree to that, but that's your all-time 11, by the way. Sergio Ramos, yeah, I respect Ramos, but for me, Vidic is my best. Like, he's my favorite of all time. Vidic and Maldini, I love the two of them. I also love Ramos, John Terry, and Ferdinand. Yeah, but I just have to pick one out of those. Yeah, to build Maldini. For Beckenbauer, Beckenbauer is a legend, honestly. He's a legend of the game, but my love for Vidic is just so strong. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nemanja Vidic, honestly. For me, like I said, he's my favorite of all time when it comes to central defenders. Nemanja Vidic. Yeah, I love, like, for the 8 years he played for Man United, that guy was solid. He came from, was it Zenit? I think it was Zenit St. Petersburg, or was it I think it was either Zenit St. Petersburg or CSK Moscow. Yeah, I think it was CSK Moscow that Man United signed Nemanja Vidic from, honestly. Aniskan says, right back Lilian Thuram, legend of France, monster in physicality. Vidic physicality is equal to Thuram's physicality. I just love Vidic. Like, he was solid for me. Anthony says, everyone forgetting Carlos Alberto in right back and Platini in CDM. Yeah, Michel Platini, and I think Platini won the Ballon d'Or, I think either 3 or 4 times. Yeah, Platini was also top, but I would have gone with Platini or Cruyff with Zidane and Maradona, right? But honestly, I just love Andreas Iniesta. I love Andreas Iniesta, honestly. Like, Iniesta is one of my favorite midfielders after Zidane. Zidane for me is number 1, right? But Iniesta, like, Iniesta was a magician. Yeah, I also like Xavi Hernandez, but Iniesta for me was a magician in the midfield. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. Ole cool. Tell me something where I know fit to. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Mo pop 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 pop. Malo too. Morning. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. 1 minute, guys. I need to do something. 1 minute. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Kiki Riani says, haha, in Barcelona. Okay. Kiki Riani, where are you connecting from? Edit says, you forget Makelele. Yeah, I know Makelele, of course, and yeah, he's one of my favorite midfielders as well. Makelele is more of a destroyer, right? But in my midfield, I really did not want to go with destroyers. I just went with midfielders that, you know, they had that flair. Their ability on the ball was second to none. So that's why I went for Andreas Iniesta. Yeah, that's just the main reason. But Makelele for me was top. Yeah, and Iskan says, Yaya Toure was also a physicality giant. Yeah, Yaya Toure was a fantastic baller in his day. Yeah, it was fantastic. Emedi says, Makelele so underrated. Yaya Toure better than KDB. I'm a big fan of Toure, honestly. Toure was top. BGMI says, my UCL 11 2025-26 is goalkeeper Raya, centre back Tar and Gabriel Marquinhos. Are you playing a 3 centre back? You're going for Tar, Gabriel, and Marquinhos. Okay. Then right back Kunde, CDM, Rice, central attacking midfielder Vitinha, CM McTominay, striker Lewandowski, left wing Kvaratskhelia, and right wing Estevao. Okay. Maria Sakete says, tomorrow Real Madrid will win. I honestly don't think Madrid will win Bayern, sincerely, but let's see how it goes. If they are able to beat Bayern, that will be fantastic. I would really do love that. Yeah, but let's see how that goes. I think it's going to be a very tough match, but let's see. Anthony Digo says, unpopular opinion, based on stats, Rakitic is better at scoring than Modric and Kroos. Yeah, Rakitic is good in front of goal, but when it comes to dictating or playing in that middle of the park, Luka Modric is better for me, and his consistency and longevity in the game is to be emulated. CL says, in the next stream, could you please wear a retro old football shirt if you have one? Honestly, I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have one. Edit says, unpopular opinion, I think Lewandowski the 3rd greatest player after Messi and Ronaldo. Nah, I rate Lewandowski, but I don't think I would actually have him as number 3 after Ronaldo and Messi. Yeah. Personally, I liked Suarez more than Lewandowski. Like, as a striker, Suarez for me was... Suarez is one of my favorite strikers, by the way. Luis Suarez. Edit. Okay, I read that already. BGME says, do you think the 11 UCL is good? But going for 3 center backs, I think that's a stretch. I wouldn't go with a 3-4. What's it called? 3-4-3. Now I would go probably with a back 4, not a back 3. Firasa KC says, do you know Maro Mandzukic? Yeah, I know Maro Mandzukic. Mandzukic is Croatian, right? He played for Juve. I think he also played for Bayern, right? Yeah, he played for Bayern Munich and also for Juventus. That season, Ronaldo scored that bicycle kick against Gianluigi Buffon. Mandzukic was playing for Juve, and I think he also scored a goal in that final as well. Anishkan says, my 25-26 team, goalkeeper, Courtois, 2 center-backs, Gabriel and Luka Vuskovic. Did Vuskovic play in the Champions League this season? I'm talking about Champions League teams. Then for left back, Nuno Mendes. Right back, either Kunde or Hakimi. Central attacking midfield, Michael Olise. 2 central midfielders, Bruno Fernandes and Pedri. Right winger, Yamal. Who is your striker then? Edit says, Lewa robbed of 2 Ballon d'Ors. I wouldn't say he was robbed of 2 Ballon d'Ors, but I would say he was robbed of 1. That was the 2020 Ballon d'Or. I think he was actually robbed. CL says, what are your thoughts on Victor Gyökeres' performance right now? Yeah, Gyökeres is actually performing very, very well compared to earlier on in the season. And I think there's this confidence he has right now that is very, very good for a striker. Arteta, I think, made a mistake by benching him after he scored 4 goals in the playoffs for Sweden to help Sweden qualify for the World Cup. Yeah, it was a very wrong move from Arteta. And you see that goal he scored, he was very, very sharp. Just, proper striker's instinct, and he just went on and jabbed that ball into the net. But he's on a very good run of form now. I'm really happy for him. Yeah, I'm really happy for Gyökeres. Fidel Banco says, I missed you. I didn't have internet to watch. I'm so happy. Yeah, nice to have you back, Fidel Banco. It's been a very long time. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. Anishkan says, striker Harry Kane, left winger Kvaratskhelia. Okay. Edit says, you know Mayulu. Mayulu, is it the French guy that... Okay, Kalulu is the French guy that plays for Juve. Mayulu plays for PSG, right? I think Mayulu plays for PSG. Aniskan says, Mayulu, the wonder kid of UCL final. Yeah, I know that name. Yeah, I think he's also from Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I remember that name in the final that scored for PSG against Inter. Firasa Casey says, today Real Madrid Bayern. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a live watch along for that, guys. I'm going to be doing a live watch along, guys. Okay, guys, I'll be ending the stream in about 2 or 3 minutes. So for those who are yet to hit the like button, kindly like and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. BGME says, you see BGME come back, bro. Kelleher was shit. And Iskan says, Man City just destroyed Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool were actually destroyed. Like, they embarrassed and disgraced Liverpool, honestly. Fidel Banco says, do Nigerian people hate Congolese? Is it because of the African playoffs? The African playoffs final? Nah. The Congolese actually deserve to win that match. And to correct that impression, Nigerians don't hate Congolese. Yeah. I think Nigerians have I would say, would I say, animosity or a beef with South Africans and Ghanaians more than I would say we have with Congolese. We don't really have any tussle or struggle with the Congolese, honestly. For the South Africans is mainly because of the whole stuff, the whole homophobia stuff going on in South Africa with Nigerians and fighting. The South African men saying the Nigerian guys are coming to steal their women. And for Ghanaians, they are closest neighbors in terms of, yeah, the rivalry, the whole Ghana Jollof and Nigerian Jollof. And the Ghana must go period a couple of years ago in Nigeria. So those are the countries I would say in Africa that Nigerians are really not. There are lots of Nigerians that live in Ghana and South Africa as well, but like when it comes to that fierce rivalry between countries, yeah, Nigeria and South Africa, Nigeria and Ghana as well. Nigeria Cameroon is also very much close. They have lots of borders together. And Ishkan says, I will also put Mbappe as substitution for Harry Kane. Ahmedi says, bro, finally Arsenal fans will stop talking about treble now. Arsenal is Netflix FC. Yeah, Patrice said it a couple of seasons ago. For Arsenal fans, most of them have been quiet on the internet space in the past couple of days. I think since Saturday. After that Carabao Cup final, they were calm. And that loss to Southampton really shocked all Arsenal fans. No one expected that. Myself included as a rival man, I didn't expect that. All right, guys, thank you very much. Like I said, I'll go off the stream now. I'll come back later this evening for a live watch along. I'll try to see if I can actually go live a little bit earlier. The game is starting 7 p.m. UK time, right? So I will see if I can go live maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes before the game so we can actually go through the lineups of the game. So thank you guys very much for the support. I'll see you guys later this night for the watch along for our UEFA Champions League games between Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich at the Bernabeu and Arsenal away to Sporting CP in Lisbon. So guys, do take care and enjoy the rest of your day. And for those who are yet to watch the short video I posted, do check out the short video and give me your thoughts on the predictions I made about the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Torsten says FC Bayern of the ends. All right, Torsten, nice to have you on the channel. Torsten, have you subscribed to Noble's View? Torsten, have you subscribed to the channel? All right, guys. Thank you all so much. Peace out and take care.